Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian,
What's going on, buddy?
and friend of the show, host of the Bagface and Scene Invaders podcast. This is Xander.
Hello.
Xander, welcome back, brother. It's been a full year, calendar year, man, which is crazy to say, but welcome back to the Love Island coverage.
It's good to be back, man. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this show. It is an addiction.
Everybody, make sure you're liked and subscribed here on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. We're doing nightly videos for USA. Brian's been doing daily UK recaps. We're covering other shows like The Snake on Fox, plenty of other shows. Like I said, so follow here on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the Reality Guys. Guys, I had this in my notes. I thought this was going to be a boring episode, right? I thought we had pretty straight chalk. I thought it was going to be pretty straightforward that TJ would get eliminated. We thought someone would stand for Amaya. We all thought, frankly, it would be Zach with a K standing up, and we thought we'd have a pretty clean, boring, but hey, at least we have some form of elimination here on night 2. And holy shit, did things go off the rails fast on the men's side with the bombshell ladies and our OG men. And even after all of that and the dust settled and we had a crazy plot twist and we had 2 OGs going home, leaving the villa, not so fast. We get a very curated cutscene at the end of the episode with Alandria and Nick. Alandria telling Nick to get in the car. I guess that means, guys, that the whole crazy bullshit ride they put us through in the last 8 minutes of the episode was for naught. They're still around. Xander, you're our guest. What are your thoughts after this episode just finished?
My first thought, I mean, while watching it, I was like, this is wild. This is the worst possible way you could structure Casa. It just doesn't make any sense, man. It just sets up people in the best relationships to be voted off the fastest, which is a choice, I guess. But then you get that it felt like a post-credit scene. It was so weird. And I think that was a little, I don't know if that was planned or not. It really feels like production didn't realize what was about to happen. And they were like, oh my God, we are going to get destroyed on the internet. We need to fix this very fast. That's what it felt like to me. It makes a lot of sense too, because then you got, I feel like probably next episode, they're going to let the couples know who left and then see how everybody moves in the villa thinking that their couple is gone, like Alandria. And then
I think it's a good idea.
It's a pretty interesting idea. Yeah.
Just the tears, more tears. Did anybody else laugh at the tears a little bit from the girls?
Oh, Brian, I have a
they
bullet.
They were acting like we made fun of them, like, oh, they're going to war. Like, they found out who actually came back from war. Like, when the guys are like, we could hear them from out here, and they're like wailing, and it's just,
dude, when you could hear them from upstairs, dude, Hodo like collapsing on the floor.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wrote. This is my exact note bullet point. Amaya needs to cut the shit. You're the one who just got her eliminated. She's the last person you want to hear crying from. Then I wrote ... Huda, hold my beer. I need to make myself involved in this moment. And so, like, if I'm Alandria, I'm like, yeah, this is my exit. Like, shut the fuck up, both of you. Let me do this. Thank God they gave me a post-credit scene. Like, I didn't sign up for this bullshit. But I will say this about Alandria, guys. I don't buy any of that bullshit. She never for once was like boo loving on Taylor much. She was not vocalizing love. Only the second she was leaving for Casa in there, and all of a sudden she realized, ah, shit. Like, I was better off probably being closed off going into Casa. I'm not saying that she doesn't have any feelings for it, but to be like, I'm going to get my cowboy back. I'm like, I don't think you really cared about him that much. This is my take.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I don't think Taylor really likes her. It's just the problem with the show now. It's like social media kind of like how they can actually like know each other or pseudo know each other kind of ruins it a little bit, unlike the old days. But yeah, I think if Alandria set the table with like, hey, I'm not crying, so maybe you shouldn't cry as much. I just thought it was like theatrics to the highest degree.
I can't tell if it's theatrics or if they're finally in it. Like, I've been waiting for the moment where I'm like, this cast has forgotten that they are on a show and they are just wrapped up in this shit. And that kind of felt like this moment, because it was so much, man. It was just like wailing and like hearing it from 2 floors down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, man. I think Taylor
I
and
just like,
Alondria are good though. I'm in the minority on that. I think
oh,
they're
you
both just
like them?
slow moving people.
Well, what? Yeah, I mean, we talked about rumors ahead. Did you hear that he has a girlfriend?
Who?
Taylor, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
Taylor,
text
Ooh.
out
there's
there.
apparently his
Oh
girlfriend.
shit! I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. That's
The text
wild.
was like very much very verbatim, like, "Yo, I'm letting you know I'm going on Love Island. I just found out I was an alternate, but I got on now. But like, I just didn't want to do it for like my modeling career and stuff. So like, I'll hit you up. Like, we'll be solid when I get off. Like, I can't. I love it.
Oh
But
man.
like you said, everybody, like, and for better or worse, last season changed Love Island USA, right? It is going to be a little bit more dramatized, a little more Vanderpump, a little less Love Island. And this is just like the signs of it here again that, hey, like, we want to do a spinoff for this season. We cannot lose Alandria this early. Like, but somehow we were able to lose Jeremiah. Again, that guy was like the sacrificial lamb of the season. They did backflips to make sure, like, for the 15 seconds that Ace was vulnerable, I was like, oh, this might be like an all-time episode. This might
Oh
be.
yeah.
And then here comes the Mormon wife, Vanna. Well, first of all, Vanna, let's go back a little bit here because I want to talk about all the saves. First of all, Vanna ruined this whole thing. Vanna doesn't stand up. None of this bullshit happened.
Do you honestly think that she wasn't going to stand up for JD?
I
thought they were
can't
locked
sit
up,
here and
man.
make an argument to stand up for that, dude.
Well, I don't think she liked Ace. I think like once, remember we talked about yesterday, like Ace was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I miss Shelly. Like he said it like very passively in a confessional, but like you could tell on his face, he's like, yeah, I don't want to be with this chick.
No, I guess you're right. It is self.
Because they'll just go, man. Like that couple they're just gonna be like one of the first ones out.
You know what? I'd even take that back, Brian, because I actually later on in the note wrote when we get to the end when when what's her name gets eliminated, when Alondria gets eliminated and Zach with a K wants to apologize and she's basically like, save your words. It made me start to think there is such elitism in Love Island with the OGs versus the bombshells. They treat the bombshells like pieces of
Like second
shit,
racist.
like indentured servants, like kick rocks, filth.
It's crazy.
You all should do whatever you need to do to get me back to my boo.
Right. So like that to me, that was a notch against Alandria for me there. Like that was not needed. That was not needed to be said. Like he didn't even have to say like, hey, I'm really sorry for doing what I did. Like I was like, oh, that's actually nice of you. Like you could have just sat there like a bunch of the other dudes there who just were like twiddling their thumbs. But I agree, elitism.
If anyone's actually playing the game, right? Like it makes so much sense that dude would stand up because Alondria's not open, bro. Like it's so clear that if she takes you back to the villa, bro, you're going home. So like
Exactly.
take your shot at Amaya. Why do you think that dude's with Huda, man? I don't think he even likes Huda at all. I don't even know if he knows where he is. He's just like, you're my best shot.
Chris.
Dude, he talks on like 0.75 speed, man. It's crazy.
Chris looks like a kid who got dropped in like the tiger pen at the zoo. And he's just like, I gotta be careful. No fast movements. Oh my God, who is freaking crazy?
Dude, if I found out that was the kid who jumped into the Harambe pit, I wouldn't even be surprised, man.
I swear to God, I've dated a chick with like 12 kids before. It's all good. I don't care. I love Fortnite. Like, it's awesome.
I've dated a mom before. Like,
well, also Huda. Let's just rewind here for a second, girl. The whole thing in the beginning of this season was that like you are going to not be free about this information about being a mom because it's super important in like the dating process. And she's telling this guy like, oh, I have no problem. I date all the time. Like no one really cares. It's like, well, then what was all the bullshit in the beginning for?
Especially
She's
when
looking at me, Lily, man.
When you know all the bombshells are gonna know when they come in, because like they're watching the episode. So the second you say it to a girl, they're showing it on camera, man. Everybody knows when they're coming in. It's just so awkward.
Yeah, just it goes back to also the crying. It's like the ultimate look at me Louie. Like, how can I make these things about myself?
Dude, I think that's why she's even still on the show though. Like last week, I guess I wasn't here last week. Was that last week with the votes? They were like, yeah, when they voted
Yeah.
like America's favorite, when Hannah was in there and Huda wasn't, I was like, wait, what? And it just felt like production was like, Huda's a really good meme right now. Do we really want her to go? Like, I don't know, man. She just it doesn't make any sense that she's still on the show. Like it's short of like people pulling strings for her. I'm like, what are you still doing here, man?
I think it's actually, I had a theory on this today, because it's like, I think they're almost trying to protect Huda from the real world. And they even did that Instagram post today where they're like, hey, everybody, be nice to the Islanders. They're real people. And I knew what I was doing. I'm going to make a TikTok about it. And I screen recorded the comments. And the comment section always wins. They're like, shut the fuck up, Love Island. You guys are like, let Jeremiah get bullied around all season. You let plenty of other shit just happen. Your production allows the bullying, but you're mad at the internet for commenting on it. Like, you are picking such a losing battle by putting a post up like that. But I honestly think they may just want to be keeping her in the insane asylum, because as soon as she comes out, she's like, what do you mean the world hates me? More people know about Huda than like Iran right now.
Yeah, for real.
Who are we more mad at? Coco for standing up and saving Ace, or Claire for standing up and saving Taylor? And Nick ended up going home.
Clark?
Clark, I said. Yeah, my bad. Coco or Clark? I wrote Claire.
I'm not mad at any of them. I'm more annoyed at that the cockroach is still running around the villa.
Dude,
Why
I
did she not
love
stand up for
Austin.
Nick?
I thought it was a layup. I think she felt bad. I think she was like an army vet, like out on the battlefield, and she just watched a bunch of battles go down, and bodies laying everywhere, and close calls, and she didn't want to be the Grim Reaper, so she was just like,
Did we see a full conversation of her and Austin? She's like, oh, we have a good conversation. I was like, show me the video.
I'm
'Cause I
telling
didn't
you,
see
if
it.
that happens early, if she's earlier in that chain of reaction, she stands up for Nick. But I think after the multiple stand up, I think that they probably were emotionally exhausted at that point. And I think that girl is nice and just did not want to be the one, like I said, holding the gun at the end of the whodunit. So
Well, same thing for a homie that stood up for Amaya. Like, it is a better choice to stick with Austin than go for Nick. Like, Nick's feeble, but you know he's going back to oh man, I can never remember her name. What's the girl he's
Sierra?
with? Yeah, you know he's going back to Sierra. Like, everyone knows that he's gonna mess around and he's gonna go back to Sierra, where Austin like actually doesn't like Amaya.
listen, I
don't
both
think he
of
likes
them
anybody.
can't come back. I'm sorry. Like, there's got to be like we need dramatics here. It's got to be an either or type thing. Like, if they both end up back in the villa fine within the next few episodes, like that's bullshit. Frankly, it needs to be some form of tough choice or something.
You know what they could do, which would also be like really messed up, is they like Xander said, like they say, hey, this is the guy who eliminated. So like they're like, oh no, now I can like fully be myself. And then at the end of Casa, they're like, hey, you can save them if you leave the person you're with, and you can go back to Nick, you can go back to Elandria. And then they'll get like some hero edit from it, and then screw over these probably two nice people.
Dude, they're just like cannon fodder, all the bombshells.
I think they need to let them have the option to let them come back, like you're saying, Bri, but not let them know that they've been watching or something. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of dramatics to it.
We said this. Casa doesn't need to be changed, and I feel like now we're like, I just don't believe what I'm watching, like everything I'm watching. Like, how do we not know that Jaden was told not to stand up and let Nick go? You know what I mean? Like, if they're gonna pull the sick, that was in like the nicest. That was, 4K is really, that was like the nicest quality video I've ever seen of Nick running to that car.
Yeah, that was like as fourth wall breaking almost as like the final scene of The Hills, where they pull back and they're on the sound stage and everything, and you're like, oh, like thanks for that. Like, you could have cut that last 30 seconds out. We would have been Gucci.
At least because there's no episode tomorrow, right? It would have been kind of.
Well, is there, because it's Casa week?
Is there?
I think they did it last year. There is an episode for Casa Week, but I don't remember seeing anything.
You
It'd
should
be
have just let.
stupid if they did it.
You should have let everyone just sit in it. Like if they didn't show that ending, and you just had to sit with like Alondria and Nick being gone, but then you pull them back, that would have been
No
huge.
episode tomorrow.
Like on Thursday. Oh, they're dumb. I agree
According
with you.
to AI overview, which can be wrong, but it's usually right. It says no episode tomorrow.
They
June
don't
20th.
show that trailer until Thursday, you're saying?
Yeah, they don't show that until like Thursday, or like do a little flashback. So you bring them back and have everyone pick, and it's like a bunch of drama. You're like, oh my god, they're not gone, and then you show like, whoa, they really got into the car at the end.
We're getting
like, you go.
No, go ahead. My bad.
It just ruined there was just so much emotional like weight going on, and so many things happening, and so much drama for the end of the episode. Be like, JK, it's just weird.
I mean, transparently, I came down here, sat down, got in the studio, and Brian, and I was like, I liked it. And Brian's like, no, it's fucking stupid. You know, they did this. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't watch the last 30 seconds at first because I think I needed to. And I turned it on and started giggling. I wish we were recording. I started giggling. I was like, oh, okay. It's like a Russo brothers scene right now.
Dude, I literally, my living room is right there. It was the episode's still playing, and I'm like running around turning on the lights to like make sure I could like be on time. I like sit down and just like lean back and look over, and I'm like, wait, it's not over yet. What? And you just see, yeah, that was I think a lot of people probably turned off the episode too. When I was like, I looked at a couple of reactions on Twitter, and people were freaking out about Alondria being gone, and I'm like, I think a lot of people turned it off like right before.
Yeah.
Again, also, why do we need to, why did this is thing? I feel like I'm watching The Last of Us. Like, I don't need them to tell me that they're alive. Like, tell me in a couple of nights when they show up at the end of an episode. That's great. Why can't I stew? Why can't we have one day of, especially since we don't have an episode tomorrow? It would have been a solid like 48 hours of like everyone like mourning Alondria, right? And so even if they bring them back at like the end of Thursday night tease, it's still, we get to have that internet fun, right? Now the whole thing tomorrow is going to be making jokes about how people didn't know that she's actually not eliminated, right? And whatever, it'll be a meme, but I do think we're going to get a relatively good Friday and Sunday. It's lining up, especially now with no Wednesday episode. I was thinking Thursday we were going to be more juicy, but now with a day break here, guys, looking up for a fun Friday night. And that's my favorite night to watch Love Island because we can all get a little tipsy.
And if you could just pull this trickery with Jeremiah too, that'd be great. Thanks. Just bring him back.
Jeremiah is sitting there right now like Leo. Like,
like what?
I mean, he should still be there, right? Because of the After Sun.
He should. He's waiting.
He got to go on After Sun on Saturday. Didn't he get eliminated on Sunday? What day did he get eliminated? I don't even remember anymore.
Wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday, right?
Yeah,
so Sunday, yeah.
But he's still there. Like, he has to be on After Sun. So it would be very funny if they snap back all these people that can't, like Charlie's gone, but like Hannah.
Yeah, just Thanos snap everyone back.
Yeah,
like, Jake,
like
just kidding, guys.
Like Pepe is like an afterthought, like with Grayson or whatever. Grayson.
Did they show a conversation with them in this entire episode?
I don't know.
So I saw him at the end of the episode, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Pepe, right?
Pepe's just there. He's just there."
Yeah,
so annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I just feel like we don't need to do a lot of changes, and I just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it is the way I look at it. I feel like Casa was already messy to begin with, but maybe because none of these couples are even real, that like they needed to change it up. But I just didn't think it needed to be like this type of tricking people almost.
Yeah, Love Island doesn't need a twist after a twist after the twist. Like what that final 10 minutes was an awesome ending. You cheapened your ending by doing that, right? It's you know, you're either, because again, like I'm the two titles in my head for this episode are either plot twist or post credit scene, right? Like that's like what, and it should have been two OGs exit the villa, right? Like that's like what I had written down before I walked downstairs here and then actually watched the final 2 minutes. So like it shows how crazy that 2 minutes changes the entire conversation we've just had is completely different because of that final 30 seconds. It's like the end of 28 years later.
No, that ending was good.
No, but like out of nowhere.
It kind of reminds me of like any movie where like, you know, the hero dies at the end and you're like, wow, that was impactful. And then the last shot is like their hand twitching. You're like, oh.
Yeah, with the Linkin Park song.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like coming next year. Yeah. And you got like a trailer.
Dude, yeah. If like we couldn't get hit with a copyright, I could edit that in at the end of here where like the door opens and it's like, ah. Maybe I will. Maybe I think I can do that in less than 3 seconds. And
like the end of like a Matrix movie in the 2000s, like it just hits some heavy metal rock. Like
I'm gonna do it. I actually might make that the intro, the preview. Like
go.
before, like the first thing you see is that door opening of Landry, and then just that song for 2 seconds. Won't get hit with copyright.
Yeah, it feels like this season. And again, I've only watched last season, so I don't have a lot of experience. But it feels like they're not really trusting the cast to carry the show. They're trying to produce this show into being more interesting than it would be if they just left them alone and let them kind of, you know, stew in their own drama.
Right. Now that they can't like drink and smoke like they could in the old like UK seasons, like just make them play games where they're gonna make themselves look dumb.
Yeah.
That's where the drama comes. It's like, Snog the Islander, you want to kiss in bed on a Wednesday, and then like they pick somebody else, and then they're like, it messes up for 2 episodes. Yeah.
Like the funny part of Love Island is like how some of the conversations are so stupid, and that's like what half of our commentary used to be about. Like, can you remember that conversation they had? That was one of the dumbest conversations, but it was fun, right? Now it's like you said, they must have had 9 lamps on that shot with Nick. Like, how much lighting did they have following him around for this spontaneous pull up? Like, they had 6 different camera angles of her opening the door,
right?
And like getting Alondra to act. She's like, "Get in quick!" I'm like, "Oh, yeah. that was
the popo's coming."
I just, when you said there, Bill, where they had dumb conversations, I thought of like an Australian season where somebody was like, "The moon is bigger than the Earth," like those type of things, where these people like actually think these things. And
I've seen some good UK clips this year.
What's that?
I've seen some good UK clips this year. What was the one I saw today? Oh, like is Essex a county or a country or a continent? I was like, damn.
Yeah, because they pull in people from like Ireland and like Scottish people, so like there is, and then just like there's 2 Irish people on there now, and they're talking, you can't even understand what they're saying.
You get like Welsh people. You get
it's great. It's great. I didn't get to watch today's yet, but I mean, it's just different. It's just yeah. Don't overproduce is what my I guess my last thing on the show. It's like we don't need it's good enough as it is. Make some fun things, but you don't need to like do what you did with Megan Thee Stallion. That was good. That kind of stuff was good, but we don't need to like overstep our boundaries, which I think we're doing now. Production.
Like we said, we cover every episode of Love Island USA, Love Island UK. We cover the snake. Coming up is Bachelor in Paradise next month. Our original franchise is back. Brian is psyched, head held high. Plenty of other things. I just did a exit interview with Brian, the ex-con from the most recent eliminated player from the snake. Just dropped that before this review drops. Also following this review, the episode 3 review of the snake will also drop. Shout out Fox for the early access there, so I didn't have to be up late tonight. Really appreciated. Check us out. Hit the notification bell. Xander, want you back whenever you can, brother. We have a good weekend coming up. So
I live in Canada, so sometimes the episodes come out at like 9:40, and I'm just sitting there refreshing my TV over and over again, like trying not to rage. But when it lines up, I'll just message you.
Perfect. We'll tag you in everything here, Xander. People can find you. And until God, I hate this. Only twice a week I don't get to say this, guys. Until Thursday night, for our Love Island USA coverage. Thank you for myself, Brian and Xander. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.